Hello, Professor. This is Team PlanningPokerKumar, and this is my team. Today, I will be demonstrating Planning Poker starter code. And before we get to the starter code demonstration, I would like to discuss about the implementation and the basic features of starter code. So, implementation is all about considering the starter code as an architectural layer and adding additional features on top of it. So this way we will be able to modularize this code even further, and it will be easy for us to look back into at later stages. So when we get back to the basic features, we will be able to create a game session for planning poker, and we will be able to add multiple team players from the scrum team to participate in this poker game. So this poker game is all about doing estimations on the issues that we put into the server. So some additional commands we can do in this starter code is like we can move back and further on the issues that we put onto the server, and we can do votings on those issues and do the estimations, and we will be able to look back at the results of the voting, and all these can be done with the starter code. Let's get back to the demonstration part. In order to do that, I will be using a scenario-based approach. To do that, let's change the name of the server to server for poker. So in order for us to play the game, first we need to deploy the game onto the local host. To do that, I will be using this command from the documentation to deploy the server onto the local host. After deployment, we need to have multiple players from the Scrum team who can participate in estimating the issues that were posted onto the server. So let's consider, I will be considering two players for this poker session, namely Sai Teja as one and Vishnu will be the other one. So in order for these two to participate in the game, they need to have a client-side session running on their end. To do that, I will be running a client-side session for both of these. So a session has been created for Sai Teja, and I will be doing the same for Vishnu. So a session has been created for both of these. So in order for these two to participate in the game, they need to add themselves to the game, like add player command will help them add to the game. Sateja, name of the player. So Sateja is added to the current game, and let's do the same for Vishnu as well. So Vishnu is also added to the game. So let's see the user count for this poker session. And let's also see the current players who will be participating for this session. So Saiteja and Vishnu will be the two players who will be participating for this session. So in order for these two to vote, there need to be issues on the server. Issues in the sense simply user stories. So let's add the user stories to the server. User stories to server. So to add the user stories to the server, we were given some sample issues in the starter code, so we will be using them for this session. Okay, so to add the issues onto the server, I will be using this command. So add issues.py using a JSON file to the server. So issues were added to the server successfully. Let's check if the issues got added to the server. Current issue command will help us know if the issue got added to the server. So issue 1 from the JSON file got added onto the server. and these two, the Sai Teja and Vishnu, will be working on like estimating on issue 1 using the voting system. So the voting system that was pre-selected was voting system is the Fibonacci series. Okay, so let's consider these numbers maybe as story points, maybe the number of days it's going to take for the issue to be completed or something like that. So let's do the voting. So Sai Teja will be voting for issue 1 with number 5 as story points. So he was able to vote for issue 1. Let's do the same for issue 1 from Vishnu. So vote issue. Let's take 3 for Vishnu. Okay. And see. Let's check the status of the voting. To do that, we have the command current votes. See, we were able to get the status that everyone from the game has voted for the issue. So now, in order to check the results, we have a command called show report. See that we were able to look back at the results. Like Vishnu voted 3 points for issue 1 and Sai Teja voted 5 points for issue 1. So similarly, we can restart the game or create a new game or using the commands present here. Let's see the commands. See, we were able to we can create a new game and we can reset the votes, and we have the voting system that we are using, and we can remove the player from the current session. And similarly, let's see the dealer, current dealer. So Sai Teja, who was created and added into the game, was the current dealer. So we can exit the game as well after everyone from the team has completed the session.